what is going on between Tyson Fury, Dana White, Eddie Hearn, and potentially the Anthony Joshua fight. Guys, everything is going crazy in boxing right now. Tyson Fury has found himself in the USA where he hasn't been for a long time because allegedly the US authorities were waiting for Tyson Fury to come so they can capture him and ask him some questions. And therefore Fury had not entered the US. And then all of a sudden, Fury goes to this event at the White House for the UFC. And then it becomes apparent that Tyson Fury is supposedly struck a deal with Dana White. And Eddie Hearn is not happy about this because Dana White now all of a sudden is going to be part of promoting the Fury versus Joshua fight. And now this fight, in my opinion, I think could be in danger because of all this confusion that is going on. So let me flip my screen. Let's have a listen to what Eddie Hearn says about all of this. We will have a listen to what Dana White says, and then we will hear from Tyson Fury what he says about this. Have a listen to what Eddie Hearn says about all of this.
Right, Dana White said to me in the press conference, call Eddie Hearn up, so here we are. What did you make first of his response to my questions?
Just bizarre, really, honestly, mate. The whole thing just so bizarre. I don't know whether his head's fallen off completely or he's just trying to clout chase and use my name. It's pretty simple what's happened. You know, when he talks about, you know, Eddie didn't negotiate the fight contract, what on earth are you talking about? I spent 4 months negotiating the fight contract with Dr. Rakan and Seller and their plethora of lawyers as well. Dana had nothing to do with it. What Dana has done is had a conversation with Turki Al-Sheikh and said, you should do the fight in Vegas. And I think like a good boy, like a PA, he's phoned up MGM and he's asked them what's available. And he now thinks the fight's taking place in Las Vegas. And, you know, he got all zesty with it when you asked him that question. I don't really know what he was doing, like, you know, sort of going like this. I don't know, it's a bit scary. But the reality is Dana White has no idea what is in Anthony Joshua's contract or Tyson Fury's contract. One of them, of course, which has been well documented, is that he can't be involved in any way promotionally in the show, nor can Zuffa, nor can TKO. Everybody still wants to disregard that from a questioning point of view. But the other one is that the fight has to take place in the UK. He doesn't know that either. Right? So I think, as I've said before, the fight will take place really wherever Turki Al-Sheikh wants it to take place. However, if that is outside of the UK, there will have to be separate conversations, separate negotiations, and we'll have to really not start again. But, you know, so when he says, I know where it is, he doesn't know where it is because actually it's not been decided yet where it is. You know, he now knows that in the contract, the fight has to take place in the UK.
Look, it seems as though Dana White wants to be part of the fight. Now, let's be honest, this is the biggest fight in British boxing history. And Dana White wants to be part of it. And Dana White is working very closely with Turki Al-Sheikh. So Dana White has gone and asked some questions, probably, and he wants to be part of it. But according to Eddie Hearn there, Dana White cannot be part of it because he wasn't part of the negotiation and he doesn't know where the fight was going to happen. Eddie Hearn has just confirmed that according to the contract and the negotiation, the fight is meant to take place in the UK. From what I am understanding, from what I'm taking from what Eddie Hearn is saying, Dana White actually is vying for the fight to take place in the US. And this is a problem because, you know, as everyone knows, this is a fight that should happen in the UK because it's two British fighters, that a fight that everybody wants to see. And the British boxing fans deserve this fight. So it happens at Wembley. And people can enjoy this fight in the UK, over here, not in the US. So Dana White is trying to insert himself into all of this to become part of it. But according to what Eddie's saying, Dana White, you know, should not be part of it because he has nothing to do with this fight. But Dana White has had his say about what Eddie Hearn said and his response to that. So let's have a listen to what Dana White said about Eddie Hearn's comments about the fact that he has nothing to do with the fight. Have a listen to this.
Tyson Fury showed up tonight and said that he had an announcement to make, but he wanted you to make it. Why was Tyson...
Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the last couple of weeks, I've been hearing from the media and other people that I'm not involved in the fight. I've been hearing that... Tyson Fury couldn't get out of the country and couldn't get into the United States, and it just seems like everybody's always wrong.
Look, there you go again. So Eddie Hearn knows something that Dana White does not know, and it seems that Dana White knows something that Eddie Hearn does not know. And apparently, Dana White is not meant to be part of the fight, but apparently, Dana White knows things about the fight that Eddie Hearn probably does not know. Now, it is a good thing that this fight is going to happen and probably might happen. But what is not so good is both fighters have separately discussed their deals with Turki Al-Sheikh. So what that means is that both fighters, or even both fighters' team, have no clue what is in the contract for each and every fighter. If you understand what I'm saying. Not that, most of the time they know what is in their contracts anyway, but if the negotiation happened with both fighters sitting on the table with Turki Al-Sheikh in the middle and negotiating, it's different to each fighter going to Turki Al-Sheikh, negotiating their side of the deal separately, and then both fighters not having an understanding of what is going on. That is what it seems to me. It seems to me like there's a big confusion here. It seems to me like Turki Al-Sheikh has been telling Dana White things and Eddie Hearn has no clue. And as you heard there, Dana White is saying that people have been telling me that Tyson Fury cannot come to the US. But look, he's here. He's in the US. He's at the White House. But of course, you would think that. You would say that because Dana White is very close with Donald Trump. And Tyson Fury allegedly was not allowed to come to the US because of his dealings with certain people. So Dana White being good friends with Donald Trump, I am sure that Dana White has been able to smooth some things over for Tyson Fury to return back to the US. But look, the truth is there is something going on here that Eddie Hearn knows nothing about, because Tyson Fury turned up at the White House and he gave an interview. And this is what Tyson Fury had to say about it. Let's have a listen to what Fury said, and then we can discuss this further.
As I understand it, you are here because you've got an announcement involving you and Dana White. What can you tell us?
I think I'm going to let Dana do the speaking. I'll let him do his announcement. So let's hope forward. It's a massive, massive, massive announcement.
Okay, well, all of us are looking forward to a fight that is 10 years in the making, potentially later this year. You and Anthony Joshua. What is your relative level of excitement for what you've got in store later this year?
Very, very excited for this fight. It's been over a decade in the making. For whatever reason, it hasn't happened before. Let's hope it happens right now. Very soon.
Potential tune-up fight before then, and then maybe fourth quarter?
Potential fight in August, and maybe at the end of the year it happens.
But potentially some involvement, you and Dana, as far as this thing promotionally?
Potential for sure, yes.
Well, we look forward to everything that the rest of the year holds for you. I know a lot of different promoters have a lot of different things to say about how this fight has gone down, networks and everything else. Any other details you can share with us before we let you enjoy the rest of this UFC Freedom?
I've got no details on the fights, but I'm looking forward to fighting whoever they put in front of me and getting back to do what I do best, winning.
So look, Tyson Fury there insinuating a number of things. And there's two things that I picked up from this interview. So number one, Tyson Fury says he hopes that the Anthony Joshua fights happen. And I'm like, wait. You hope? You signed for the fight. Anthony Joshua has signed for the fight. The fight should happen. He should say, I am excited. I know that this fight is going to happen. Not that I hope, because you've signed for the fight. So why is there a hope? And then, number two, Tyson Fury said that he's got an announcement, but he's waiting for Dana White to make that announcement. So that shows me that Tyson Fury has potentially signed a deal with Dana White for Dana White to be part of the promotion of this fight. And this is where the problem is, guys, because this fight hasn't happened for a number of reasons. But one of the main reasons why this fight hasn't happened for about 10 years is the fact that there's been so many promotional companies and TV deals and all of this involved. This fight all of a sudden became easy to make when Turki Al-Sheikh got involved and tried to make the fight. When it's different promoters and different, TV stations, and this one want to be part of it and that want to be part of it, this is where it becomes messy. And basically what is happening is, if Tyson Fury gets Dana White involved in this and Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are not happy with this partnership, this fight could be in jeopardy. Because we know that Dana White and Zoffa Boxing do not work very well with other promoters. We know that Eddie Hearn is currently having a back and forth with Dana White. So potentially this fight could not happen because Tyson Fury has gone and tried and make this deal with Dana White and the other side are not keen. So once again, we're probably back to ground zero from where the fight was before. And if you can remember, Eddie Hearn said that they'd have to go back and renegotiate the fight, not in its entirety, but they have to renegotiate the fact that this fight might take place in Las Vegas. What if they're not able to come to a conclusion of this fight taking place in Las Vegas or in the UK? Then all of a sudden, the fight is not going to happen. A fight that has taken 10 years to make might probably not happen because of a deal between Tyson Fury and Dana White. And this is the situation that we have right now. So then everybody in boxing is asking themselves, what is going on with Tyson Fury, Eddie Hearn, Dana White, and potentially the Anthony Joshua fight. For me, I think something serious is going on behind closed doors, and it is all going to come to light very soon. And I think the Joshua fight is in jeopardy because there's way too many people that are going to be involved. Joshua and his team want this fight to take place in the UK. Tyson Fury all of a sudden has joined forces with Dana White, and Dana White is vying for this fight to take place in Las Vegas. Who is going to win this war? Who is going to get the advantage of the negotiations? Is it going to be Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, or is it going to be Tyson Fury and Dana White? This is getting messy. Guys, get in the comment section and let me know what you think about all of this. What do you think about Tyson Fury potential deal with Dana White? What do you think about what Eddie Hearn is saying, that this fight is meant to take place in the UK, but they have to go and renegotiate whether it can take place? What do you think about all of this mess? Get in the comment section and let me know what you think about it.